The petrodollar is a radioactive corpse. While the media distracts you with aircraft carriers, the real war is being fought in the dark on the high seas. At 2:45 a.m., 3 shadow tankers left the Orinoco Belt with their transponders dead. They aren't carrying oil. They are carrying the execution order for the U.S. banking system. The manifests were signed in gold. The 1974 secret deal just expired in a pool of blood. Our sources inside the Port Authority confirm a total blackout of dollar-based transactions in the Southern Hemisphere. The dollar didn't just collapse, it was assassinated. And you are the one holding the empty wallet.
The world's largest Ponzi scheme is nearing its terminal phase. For 50 years, the global economy has been held hostage by a silent arrangement known as the petrodollar. But the trap is no longer holding. While you watch the price of gas, the real war is being fought on the ledger sheets of central banks. The US dollar is no longer a currency. It is a weaponized debt instrument designed to extract wealth from every sovereign nation on Earth. Understand the mechanics of the scam. In 1974, a secret deal ensured that every barrel of oil on the planet must be traded in US dollars. This forced every country to stockpile greenbacks just to keep their lights on. This artificial demand allowed Washington to export its inflation and maintain a $36 trillion debt without consequence. Until now. The silent front has shifted from the oil fields of the Middle East to the BRICS alliance, and the counterstrike has already begun. What happens when the world decides it no longer needs permission from the U.S. Treasury to buy energy? You get a sovereign liquidation event. The seizure of assets in Venezuela and the military posturing in the Caribbean aren't about democracy. They are desperate attempts to protect the petrodollar's dominance at gunpoint. If the dollar loses its status as the exclusive oil currency, the $36 trillion debt wall collapses onto the American consumer. Your bank account isn't protected by the FDIC. It is protected by a nuclear tripwire that is currently being tested. This is a direct threat to your pocket. De-dollarization is not a theory. It is a kinetic financial strike. As nations move their reserves into gold and local currencies, the trillion-dollar trash of U.S. debt is flooding back to the domestic market. This is why your groceries are expensive. This is why your rent is unaffordable. You are being taxed by a dying empire to pay for the maintenance of a global debt trap. The technical term for this is hyperinflationary exportation. The Trump doctrine is a recognition that the old system is bankrupt. The goal now is to retreat into a hard asset fortress. This is why the U.S. is seizing heavy crude in South America and banning corporate landlords at home. They are clearing the ledger. They are preparing for a world where the dollar is no longer the king, but the enforcer. Look at the moves on the board. Russia's S-300 systems in Venezuela aren't just for defense. They are guarding the new economic perimeter. China's Belt and Road isn't just infrastructure, it's a bypass valve for the U.S. banking system. The U.S. Navy isn't just patrolling, it's trying to stop a global wealth transfer that is already 80% complete. You are living through the liquidation of the Westphalian system. The petrodollar scam is dead, but the funeral will last for a decade, and you are the one paying for the casket. The final ledger isn't about numbers, it's about survival. If you are holding paper assets, you are holding the bait in a sovereign trap. The only way out is to recognize the reset for what it is, a global hostile takeover of your financial future. The media will tell you the economy is strong. They will tell you the aircraft carriers are keeping the peace. They are lying. The carriers are there because the dollar can no longer win on its own merits. When a currency needs a carrier group to stay relevant, it is no longer a currency.
It's a racket. The petro reset is here. From the oil rigged with explosives in Caracas to the bond market meltdown in New York, the front lines are everywhere. The corporate landlords, the hedge fund predators, and the corrupt regimes are all part of the same asset liquidation scam. The silent front is moving, and it doesn't care about your political affiliation. The petrodollar was the ultimate trap, and the world just stopped biting. Now, the U.S. has no choice but to trigger the Great Reset to preserve the administrative state. The final ledger is open, the debt is due, and the collateral is you. Stop looking at the distraction. Start looking at the ledger. The petrodollar scam is over. The war for the next century has already been won, and you weren't even told it started. This is the silent front.